New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 Climax, Day 16 and Day 17 review results, recap, whatever you want to call it, taking place right now. Day 16 took place yesterday on Saturday. Day 17 took place this morning on Sunday, of course. If this is your first time checking us out, we are the almighty SOS Wrestling Network. Please be sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The price of said subscription is free $99. If you're wondering who I am, if you don't know me, I am the puroresu Fly God. I am Stardust Shiyaku. I am Blunt Suyanaido. And I am El Toro Negro. Some circles I'm just known as D. So let's get into it right now. So, including today and tomorrow, we have 3 days of regular block action as far as the G1 Climax to go. So we got Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and Tuesday, trying to close out the regular stuff for the G1. So seasoned G1 viewers will know that the possibility of ties after the completion of block matches is a running theme in the halves of nearly all G1s. Even when one block becomes a runaway between two competitors, as Block B did for Okada and Cobb last year, the other block always almost stays hotly contested until the very last match. So that's literally always the current theme. And we kind of have that a little bit with Switchblade being very dominant in his block. And I believe it is the monster block. I forget which letter it is right now. A lot of those guys, well, not the monster block, but it's the block with Shingo, David Finlay, Will Ospreay. All those guys are really, really tight together. So we got a little mixture of both right here. And without any further ado, we might as well get into our G1 Climax action on this night right here. So our first match on this show, we got Block C action. Kenta taking on defeating Aaron Henare via 1235 or via submission round 1235, makes him tap out with the game over. So given that both of these guys were eliminated, the clash of striking games is really the only angle to play in this match, if you ask me. Those moments were impressive, and Kenta's mixing in his little grimier heel tactics here to hold the advantage over the younger, stronger competitor really made a whole lot of sense. But the lack of stakes and a couple of sloppy spots, in my opinion, kept this match from going to the next gear. Thought it was solid. So next block match, we had Block A action. Toru Yano taking on Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb getting the victory via the Tour of the Islands via around 4 minutes, 40 seconds right here. Cobb's done more than enough indie-style pro wrestling to be able to hang with Yano's comedy antics right here. And given that Jonas, who's being pushed as the dead serious monster this year, this was seriously harmless. It's fine. Cobb can have it every once in a while. We can have a nice, fun match right here. And that's literally what this was. Shout out to Toru Yano as well. Moving on up the card, Block D action. We got the Tokyo Pimp, Yujiro Takahashi, taking the L to the Dragon, Shingo Takagi, around 15 minutes, 25 seconds. He got the victory, of course, via the last of the Dragon right here. It will be hard to find a sharper contrast between two G1 competitors in terms of intensity and match quality, if you ask me. Just about every House of Torture stalling and distraction tactic was used to give Yujiro a whisper of chance in this match. But as almost is the case with the House of Torture booking, that pursuit of heel heat makes it impossible to care about the actual match itself. The sidebar on Shingo and Will Ospreay's ongoing feud should be which of the two is able to carry the sack of potatoes to Yujiro, as some people call him, to a better match. But Ospreay holds the lead right here. This still was a good match, man. You know, even though I joke and call Yujiro a sack of potatoes, man, I still got respect for the Tokyo Pimp, man. These gave me many years of enjoyment, so I ain't hating on Yujiro like that. And I do joke a little bit sometimes, though. But Yujiro was left, we can all be honest, he's left a little bit to be desired in this year's G1. And maybe they might want to think about not having him be in G1 next year. I know you got to have guys that take pinfalls, but let's let them be inspired pinfalls for the most part. I don't know. So moving on up the card, we got Yoshihashi getting the hidden blade and taking the L to Will Ospreay around 18 minutes, 36 seconds right here. So what more can I say? This is really, really good. Yoshihashi's been on one of the best runs of his career. If you thought he had a good match with Shingo, you knew damn well. It's kind of the Shingo Ospreay test. It's like we were just talking about with Yujiro. If he had a damn good match with Shingo, you knew he was gonna have a damn good match with Ospreay right here. So Ospreay used his explosive speed to derail Yoshihashi's underdog momentum at points. And yeah, this is a really good match, man. It's crazy. As he's getting older, Yoshihashi's getting better, man. So shout out to him. I guess he's taking care of his body with the bump counter. So I don't know. Moving on to the penultimate match of this show. Actually, this is the main event of the show, excuse me. We got Jay White defeating Taiichi with the Blade Runner around 23 minutes and 20 seconds right here. And The opening dynamic part of this match fell a little bit off. While Jay White's stalling is being met with Taichi's smarminess right here, the second half really didn't fare as much as better, with the Wrangly and Abe breaking up the odd, impressive sequence. The last 3 or 4 of this match were quite nice, but not really enough to make it up for like a really great match. So honestly, my overall expectations for day 16, no matches really exceeded my expectations in my opinion. Everyone was more focused on points and everything that was going on here, as opposed to, I think, match quality. And Yoshihashi and Ospreay was probably the only thing I think worth taking an eye or a look from this card, if you ever felt so inclined to. So, and day 16 left a little bit to be desired. So we're hoping day 17 can maybe pick it up a little bit more. And in our first G1 Climax action of night 17, we got Block D action. We got Yoshihashi taking on David Finlay right here. We got Yoshihashi getting a victory over David Finlay around 11 minutes and 14 seconds right here. And Finlay played the cocky heel in this match. He actually took a majority of the heel role, and I think that was ultimately his downfall. Yoshihashi made it really easy for him to root for the improbable or maybe probable win right here. But David Finlay kept the pressure on throughout this match. We got Yoshihashi working quick reversals right here. His injured arm, he sold his arm really well. I don't know if he's really hurt or he's just doing an amazing sell job, but he had it taped up out of this world, did an amazing sell job. Yoshihashi is an enjoyable G1. Damn, a couple years ago, I did not think I would be saying that, but I got to give credit where credit is due. Shout out to Yoshihashi right here. Then we got the next block action. We got Taiichi taking on the Great Okan and getting the Great Okan, getting the victory, the W round, 7 minutes, 7 seconds right here. With nothing on the line, this match shouldn't have gone too long, and it really didn't. So the kind of awkwardness of both of these guys' style and interest in different combat sports beyond pro wrestling, in my opinion, gave this a little bit of flavor that you really don't see in most pro wrestling matches. And I think that helped add to it, but it was literally about it. I don't think you need to have these guys go balls to the wall. I like what these guys did right here. Kept it short, sweet, simple, to the point. Next match we had Block A action right here. We have Jeff Cobb taking on Tom Lawler, and Tom Lawler getting the victory. I believe he got the victory with I'm always butchering this. The N was knee to the back of the brain. So NT, knee to the back of the brain. Like it was KN. I'm so dumb right now. KOT, knee to KTO. Man, whatever, man. Knee to the back of the brain. Like, I can't do acronym right now, man. Y'all can clown me in the comment section. I don't really care. You know what this move is. I can't even do it. It's the New Kids on the Block. So whatever that acronym is, he got the victory right here. It was it was kind of like a clash of styles, but it started out as a grappling exchange, man, and I admire that. I admire that immensely. It shows off Jeff Cobb's Olympic credentials, and it shows off that Tom Lawler, not many people know, but I mean, we know now he's a former MMA fighter, fought in the UFC, had a steady career. He wasn't a champion, but he had a solid career though. So I enjoyed this match. Tom Lawler got the victory around 14 minutes. 3 seconds with the knee to the back of the head. I'm not going to butcher that acronym no more because I'm just so fucking slow right now. So, and that's embarrassing. But now we get to the main event of the show. We get the Fang himself, Kenta, taking on and defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi here. He got the victory around 23 minutes and 46 seconds. He got him and put him away with the go to sleep. This ended the Ace's 21st run in the G1 Climax right here. The build toward this crowd-pleasing main event really had some impressive spots right here, and it allowed Kenta to earn his revenge without either man playing against a certain type, if you will. I was a bit surprised by the slow start to this one, but as Kenta's dismantling of Tanahashi came into focus, I started to see the picture a little bit more clearly. Having the spectrum of some serious hardcore spots looming at the edge of the match, never really giving into them, as that gave this match a whiff of the menace of the Wrestle Kingdom battle without really any real world risk right here. They had a table spot that they teased, but he just really just threw the table off of Tanahashi's head, so they kind of kept it light as far as that. But I think this is an easy to watch card, especially as far as the G1 Climax matches go. So yeah, if you want to check this out between the night 16 or night 17, I thought night 17 was far superior. So might as well go ahead and talk about the point standings in the blocks right now. So the final G1 scene, as Kevin Kelly has called him, Operation Chaos holds out for one more day in the D block, while the A and B block sits entirely up on Okada versus Archer. Barring any no contest or anything crazy like that happen, and White Tama, respectively. A three-way tie between Goto, Sabre, and Naito remains a real possibility here in the C block right here. So let me go ahead and find the point totals for these bad boys. Point totals, block standings, whatever you want to call them. So block A, like I just mentioned, Kazuchika Okada's leading his block 4-1, 8 points. Lance Archer has a chance to win the block coming up here shortly. He's sitting on 3-2 with a record of 6 points. Jonah sitting on a record of 3-2 with 6 points. I don't believe Jonah could win he did beat Okada. So if he wins his match, and if Okada, it'll be really tricky here. So if Okada loses to Archer and Jonah wins, I think Jonah's advancing here if my math is correct. So Tom Lawler sitting at a record of 3-3, 6 points. Same with Jeff Cobb, record of 3-3, 6 points. Bad Luck Fale, record of 2-3, 4 points. Toriano 1-5, 2 points. Block B, Jay White 5-0, 10. Tama Tonga 4-1, 8 points. Sonata 3-2, 6 points. Taiichi 2-4, 4 points. Same with Chase Owens and the Great Okan having 4 points respectively. And Tomohiro Ishii sitting with a record of 1-4 with a record of 2 points. So Block C, we have Zack Sabre Jr. with a record of 4-1 and 8 points. Tetsuya Naito and Hiroki Goto, respectively, have a record of 6 points with a record of 3-2 each. Kenta with a record of 3-3, 6 points. His G1 is done. Hiroshi Tanahashi 3-3 as well. G1 is done. Evil has one final match. He has a record of 4 points. Aaron Henari's G1 is done with a record of 1-5, equaling 2 points. So then we got Shingo Takagi, Will Ospreay. They both have 6 points, record of 3-2. David Finlay, Yujiro Takahashi, Yoshihashi, all of their G1 chapters have been in it with each with a record of 3-3 respectively, each having 6 points. Juice Robinson, record of 2-3, record of 4 points. He has one more match left. El Phantasmo 1-4 with a record of 2 points, and he has one match left, and he is taking on the Dragon Shingo Takagi. So be sure to check us out when we take here and review all of that stuff. I swear I can speak English, man. This is the crazy Sunday for me, man. I didn't have too much pizza, but that is what it is. So yeah, we'll be on the lookout because Tuesday is the next show, and we will have the coverage here for you. But like I said, we're the almighty SOS Wrestling Network. Please be sure you like, share, subscribe, all that great stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Price of subscription, of course, is $3.99. So more G1 action on the concourse on the horizon, but this bad boy is about to wrap up. So we'll holler at y'all later. I'm the puroresu Fly God, Stardust Yaku, Blunt Naito. Peace.